Some people, like Bill Gates, assume that intellectual property, such as patents and copyright, are the incentives for the future of creation. We disagree, and we are not alone. More than 58 million Creative Commons licensed photos are being shared on Flickr. More than 290,000 contributors are working on the free encyclopedia, Wikipedia. And the estimated value of free Libre open source software is now more than 20 billion euros. You may have never heard of Floss, but you have definitely used it. Much of the internet is powered by free and open source software. And in fact, without it, the internet might never have evolved into the global network we see today. We are curious as to what motivates people to share, cooperate and work together on software, films, music and so on. What makes them so determined and energetic? And what vision produced this culture of giving and sharing? Free Libre open source software is software which has been liberally licensed to grant the right of users to study, modify and improve its design through the availability of its source code. Unlike proprietary software, such as the operating software of your Apple Mac or Windows machine, this type of software encourages you to study it, change it as you see fit, and share it with the rest of the world. One well-known example of Floss is the new Linux operating system. So, how did Floss come into existence? Why is it called Floss, and why should we care? In the early days of computing, if you bought a computer, you also got the operating software, including its source code. Source code is like the recipe for the finished product. You write source code to create software, and you need access to it if you want to modify the program. For the most part, only those who worked in universities or large companies had access to such expensive machines, and this community of researchers and developers relied on each other closely. This all changed in the 1980s. As hardware prices fell, more and more people had access to computers. A number of manufacturers decided to commodify software, and to protect their interests, they restricted access to the source code. This was the birth of the proprietary software industry, and it coincided with the birth of the free software movement, founded by Richard Stallman. Stallman said, "When we speak of free software, we're talking about freedom, not price." He wanted software users to have the right to shape their computing world freely. Others disagreed with the goals of the free software movement and started to use the term open source software instead. They rejected the ethics and ideology of free software and focused on a more pragmatic and business-like approach. Both groups, however, were convinced of the enormous potential of software collaboration and sharing. Floss, an acronym coined by Richard A. Ghosh, stands for Free Libre Open Source Software. In other words, free and open source software combined. Today there are more and more people actively using Floss. Floss has been around for the last 20 years, and the ideas behind it have had not only a huge technological impact, but also an economic, political, social and cultural impact whose results will continue to be felt for many years to come. Three famous examples are Wikipedia, the community-driven online encyclopedia, Creative Commons, an organization providing tailored licenses for creative works, and the One Laptop Per Child project, which is using Floss to build an affordable education platform for children all over the world. So let us spark this process by making a generative movie that not only portrays the Floss community, but which also invites viewers to join it, by making a film as a Floss cultural worker would, as a collaborative platform. Join us at www.flossthemovie.net.